G'day, chunky chili dudes and dudettes, and welcome to 2026 of Son of a Chunk, the chili hasn't fallen far from the tree. I'm so excited. We are doing something super cool today. We are reloving the garden, but we're also doing some extra funky stuff for the chilies themselves. We've got so many things happening this year. I cannot wait to get them all stuck in. So we're going to divulge very quickly. We're going to go through what's going on with the season for season 2, 2026 Son of a Chunk. What is going on? What are we going to be doing? What's the content creative here? What are we going to be thinking of? The reason why I ask these questions, obviously, as a person who does platform streaming or content, you got to ask yourself all the time. You know, we've grown the chili. We've started from seed to sauce. We've created the chili sauce. Now what's next? What do we do? We're all done. Well, it's not necessarily true. When we finish creating our first sauce, you know, we've always got to create more. We've always got to do different sauces. We've got to create different flavors. We've got to come up with new ideas, get creative, get weird, if you would, on the sauces. So Son of a Chunk Factory has expanded its horizons to some extra fruits that we're going to blend in with our sauces. Now, you would have seen with the Sweet Death sauce back in 2025 when we had that one, it was blueberries and Carolina Reapers. Well, we've also got the Tabascos. We've got our yellow pots, our yellow lantern butcher lokias. We've got our brain rots. We've got our standard butcher lokias. We've got our Trinidad scorpions. We've got a lot of things there. So it's only fair that we get experimented with every single one of our chilies and try to see what we can and can't create within those chilies to give us something really, really phenomenal. This is going to be our opportunity in season 2 to really expand the horizon and go, what can we do with hot sauces? What can we do with our chilies? And most of all, what else can we do within the Son of a Chunk Factory? Which is going to be fun because we've got a lot more things coming. I'm going to introduce you to 2 brand new family members to the Son of a Chunk Factory. And they're not what you think they are, which is going to be good. It's going to be a very big surprise. I can't wait for you to see. It's all happening. And I am on my way to where I call my Sunday church, the place of my religion, the place where, as a chili connoisseur of sorts, if there's something you need, you get it there. Where the lowest prices are just the beginning. And you know what I'm talking about. We're talking about Bunnings. You know, gone to the days when, you know, if you had to talk to me 10 years ago, you would have said, Son of a Chunk, mate, what are you doing today? I would have said to you, heading to EB Games, blowing my money on brainless video games that get me absolutely nowhere. But I have changed my outlook on life. I have no longer gone with video games. I've actually stemmed away from video games and got myself to the great outdoors, which is not a bad feeling to have. So when we do this right. So we're heading to Bunnings now, which is great because where I live, Bunnings is only 2 minutes away, which is gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So we're going to get into Bunnings. I'm going to give you a bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes, what I'm looking at, what am I looking for. We're going to have a bit of a chat. So without further ado, let's get into the intro of 2026, Son of a Chunk, chili hasn't fallen far from the tree. And as the man, the myth, the legend himself says, the chunky chili dude.
I'm the chunky chili dude. I'm on with the heat.
On with the heat. And we will see you very, very shortly, right after this intro. Well, chunky chili dudes and dudettes, we are already back in Bunnings, and I've got to tell you, we've already nabbed ourselves one hell of a deal, $3 Trinidad Scorpion. Well, I'm definitely excited about that one. I can't say no, so let's go get it done. All right, so the plan's quite simple. We need chilies, we need new pots, we need new soil because we've got to pick up what's going on with that garden because the garden's ridiculous. It's getting well too overgrown. We've got to clean it up. We also need to figure out what's going on with the rest of this garden because all the soil is falling out of the house. So we need to fix all that up. So it is plans of get ourselves potting plants, getting ourselves potting mix, getting ourselves some maybe surprise chilies, getting this garden looking well truly better than it was before and starting 2026 off with a bang. So we managed to get ourselves some pots. We got the 300s by 270s for our massive plan ahead. And when we get back to the house, of the Son of a Chunk factory, you're going to say exactly why we need 2 extra pot plants. And what exactly am I doing? So excited. Let's go. Well, I spent what I thought was about a video game amount, like we said before, about a video game amount of stuff at Bunnings, which we knew was going to happen. So now we're going to take this home. We're going to figure out what to do with all of it. Well, Chunky Chili Dudes and Dudettes, welcome to 2026 Season 2 of Son of a Chunky Chili has a qualified on the tree. Now you saw in part 1 of that, we made our way over to Bunnings to get some really cool things that are ready for this year. Now, what are we doing this year? Well, you're going to be seeing it all live and in living colour throughout our Tree Chunks. We've got a lot of cool things that we did grab along the way. We're going to be talking about what these 3 are here. Now, if you can guess what they are, comment down below and find what they are, because you're not going to know until the next episode. Because in this episode, we're fixing that first before we fix these. So, keep a distance away, stay over that side of the fence, tell me what you think it is. Comment down below, what do I have here, what do I have here, and, well, you saw this one, you know what this one is. But we're going to get into a lot more stuff over the season. We've got a couple more episodes coming out this week, so make sure you check it out, because now it's time to get stuck into the garden. Now let's walk over and talk about what's going on in the garden. So, as you can see, this garden is quite a little bit thrown down. We did put our weed matting down, but the weeds have kind of shot off to the side and gotten over and blown on. So we are going to kill some of this, the weeds in the garden. We're going to bring mulch. I bought myself some garden mulch to redo the garden and get this back and ready to go for 2026. So without further ado, let's get stuck in and take my nice little Christmas present off my mum. Beautiful little green watch that keeps the time on, and it is a beautiful colour green too to remind me it's time to grow small chilies. So let's get into this garden, let's fix it. And you might see a little surprise guest along the way too. We'll see what happens. Alright, stay with me. All right, so you can see now we've done the garden and it's looking really, really good. So we're going to keep on top of this for the season, and hopefully we don't let it get away like it did last time. We definitely want to keep on top of all of the weeds and stuff that we see, for example. And just make sure that obviously we get the right filtration, which is why I didn't mulch around the plant itself. I still want the water to get in. We also need to fertilize in and around that as well, which is what we're going to be doing very, very shortly. But for now, we're pretty stoked with how it's all coming together. We can see, as you can see, 2026 kicking over. We still have heaps of firecrackers ready to harvest. We've got heaps of Carolina Reapers as well, and we've got our Tabascos too. Plus, we need to go check on our other one because he's looking a little bit on the low and out, so we want to make sure he's getting as much feed as possible. So we're going to take care of that. But for now, in this video, we're all done. We're going to take care of the garden, make sure it's all good to go, ready for this season ahead. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for joining me on my trip to Bunnings, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day.